this year. I've been in and out of court all this time. I've been very fortunate to have been over at Groveton at the courthouse over there. I can use different people, and I love being able to do that, being able to go into them, like Mr. Doug Page. I've used him off and on, and I appreciate him very, very much. I've watched the commissioner's court. I've watched some of them come in. I've watched them grow. I've watched them try to budget, and that's a delicate place right there. Have you ever been there? I've been here 40 years. I've run my business here for 38 years. I still have that business here. I know how to budget. I know how to look at things. I know how to build things. And with your help, we can do a better job in Trinity County. If all of y'all, if you got your help, like Mr. Fogel here, I told him, I said, look, I said, you know, if I ever have any problems, I'm just a little person. But I'm not scared to go talk to somebody else and to learn things. My dad always told me, if you apply it to your life, you'll be a better person. Mr. Lofton knows that. Mr. Neil Smith knows that. My friend over here, Mr. Steptoe, he's been a friend of mine the whole time. Mr. Stubbs here, and I got to go with his best friend one time. I got to take him to judge school one time. We all went together. That is one big deal right there. We laughed and had the best time you've ever had. You know, he loved to eat. Mr. Huffman did, and I'll give you this little story. But he loved to eat fish. And we had to go, and he says, how far is that fish place from here? And me and him, Mr. Stubbs, we just go over there nearly every day, didn't we, Mr. Stubbs? And then one time, they got off out there, and you know what they did? They said, look, we're not going to eat right today. And I said, what do you mean you're not going to eat right today? He said, take us to Whataburger. So I'm running for county judge. I believe I do you a great job. I've had a lot of experience in business. I know about budgeting. And as far as his courtroom, I know he's the chief officer of the commissioner's court. I know his job, and I've been in his court, and his court, you know, he takes care of small civil claims. One of the important things I think it is being over all kinds of emergency management stuff. That just gets over me a lot. I asked Mr. Steptoe over here, and he says, I said, what'd you do? And he'll tell me what he does. But, you know, we need to build committees there. And we need to help. It's a hard place to do it, but you know, if we have a disaster, we need to be ready for it. We need water. We need a place to sleep. We need a jail. It was in Commissioner's Court today. It's a lot of needs here in Trinity, Texas. And I think with your help, and my door be always open to y'all. If you come in, and you know, we're not going to be able to fix but 80% of y'all. We can't do more than that. Because the Lord's going to have to help us. And y'all going to have to help us. We got to have a listening ear. Got to be able to apply it to this county. And it'll be a better place.
I think everyone in here has heard the expression, kick the can down the road. Well, for 30 years, we've had a can that's been kicked down the road, and now we're at an area where there's no road left. And it's no fault of the current judge or the current commissioners. We got to have a jail. We got to have a jail badly. So what I will ask of each one of these candidates, what's your thoughts on it? How should it be accomplished? The funding? What's your thoughts on whenever you come into office on January 1st, how you going to be able to pick this project up from the middle and run with it?
Well, I have to agree with a lot of that, because, I mean, Doug Page was talking, our sheriff was talking, all the commissioners was talking. I was almost halfway confused before I left that place. We need a temporary jail, where we gonna put them at? You start to build that, but they said that you can only keep it 3 years. Well, I picked up, you gotta have a bond issue in November in order to keep it past the first year. So if you build that facility, then you gotta have a bond issue that passes in November. I know we all don't like to think about taxes going up, but in order to have a jail, you gotta have taxes increase. I know that's a bad word, but in politics, it's the only thing you can do to accommodate that. The reason I say about that, when Sheriff Wallace got up, he sat there and told us how much money he was spending a month. And then he multiplies it times a year. And then you've got $500,000 to $600,000, $700,000 a year we're putting up. And we could actually help pay for some of that. We could, I don't know if it'll pay for all of it, but it will pay for a lot of it. And it could give us a little more hope on our people when we come into stuff like this. But anyway, it's just one of those places.
Thank you, gentlemen.